Hello, today we'll be presenting our case, Jackson vs. Rawdon, and we are Silvia Gomez and Cassandra Lar Hernandez. So the question is, who is suing who? The three people involved that filed the lawsuit were named Natalie Jackson, Charles Moody, and Floyd Stevenson Moody. They filed suit in federal court against the Mansfield Independent School District because they were not letting African American students attend the high school Mansfield had. Where? In the Mansfield High School, which was segregated in the Mansfield School District against the federal court. But why? Why were the parents suing the district and the school? Well, despite the Brown vs. Board of Education decision in 1954, African Americans were still segregated among schools, and they did get some education. However, some districts wouldn't offer high school education. They just from middle school to elementary, and that will be it. And they would send their black students to separate and broken down facilities. Although the population of Mansfield represented a sizable portion of the African Americans, the district did not offer an African American high school. To resolve this issue, the district bought a bus to send Mansfield African students to a high school in Fort Worth, Texas, which was a 40-mile trip back and forth. Although it solved the issue for the Mansfield district, it made more problems for the students. So when did all this happen? Well, the parents first filed their lawsuit on October 7th, 1955. However, the day of the hearing was November 7th, just a month away. And that was when the case was brought to attention by the U.S. Fifth Court, and they ruled in favor of the students. Although the case did get some attention, the case was first dismissed. However, the decision was reversed, ordering that African American students would be allowed to attend the Mansfield High School. So right here on this slide is just a quote of an article we read of how people reacted to the decision made. An effigy prominent displayed from a flagpole on school grounds is hostile in the early mornings hours of Thursday, August 30th, 1956. The citizens of the Mansfield community gathered on school grounds to protest court order integration. Later in the morning, two men, G.T. Presley and Willard Presley, 20-year-old cousins, attempted to remove the effigy but were unsuccessful. School administrators refused to remove the effigy, and the gathering of segregationism returned the next day to school grounds to prevent the enrollment of African American students. As you can tell from what we just read, many people, mainly white folks, did not take the news very well. Threats were made. One of them was hanging a black human-shaped body in front of the school entrance, and its refusal to take it down. And there was also threats of arresting any African American students that would dare to set foot into the school. And because of the protest and the fear that it caused, no African American student enrolled. Its effect and outcome. In 1956, Mansfield High School was the first school in the state ordered by the federal court to disintegrate. This order, while in effect, did not help African Americans get the education they needed. It brought upon protesters with crowds from 200 to 1,500 people, while African Americans started to register in Mansfield School. It brought attention to the ongoing issue with the education system and segregation in schools. Every child, every person, every individual deserves equal education. This is our final slide where we got our resources, our information as well.